In this video, we're gonna be totally honest about how we got our dream 4x4 truck camper set up. Yeah, that's the truck and the camper for less than $8,000. My new bag of freshly roasted coffee from Matador Coffee Roasting in Flagstaff, Arizona. Yeah! Come on. Where's Winston?
He's right here.
He's bundled up.
In the mornings. It's been cold and he doesn't like the cold. So we have his cute little bed over on the side by me. But what he really loves is to be under the covers. Usually he's right in between our feet. But when we get up in the morning, he just stays there. There he is. How was your sleep?
Hi, my boy.
And in case you're wondering, there is no age limit on stuffed animals. We got a squishmallow. Her name is Maritza. Well, she was born at Costco, but she lives with us, and we love her. She's a cactus. Winston, come on. Let's go.
You don't want to go outside at all, but we gotta go outside. We gotta go outside. Put his harness on. Let me grab my coffee too.
Here's his outfit. Got your coffee. I got my lemon water. Winston got his outfit on.
Let's take Winston on a walk.
Want to eat your breakfast? How perfect is this beautiful picnic area off the side of the road for a little breakfast?
We may not have the most gorgeous or luxury rig, but it's our home, and we really made it that way. I'm gonna tell you exactly how much we spent on this truck. Up front, we did spend $8,000 total for the entire rig. Where we really sacrificed and saved up money was for the truck, because the truck is obviously gonna be a higher price tag. At that time when we were looking for trucks, and I think even still now, trucks are just at a premium, so it was few and far between. Luckily, we found our perfect one after searching and searching, and trust me, I did a lot of researching. If you recall, about a year ago, we did buy a diesel truck from a mechanic that ended up losing us about $10,000, and that was a huge learning experience, one that we really didn't want, but now in retrospect, it's kind of what propelled us into work camping, into this life, and to getting even further and being able to get our ultimate truck camper. So you never know what curse might be a blessing. I'm gonna link that video up here if you wanna check it out. We talk a little bit about that mistake that we had made and how it really set us up for success in the future. And it took us about a year to actually get this truck, so we had time to save up, to research, to make sure it's what we really wanted to do. What you got? Ooh, thank you.
We have a bagel that I toasted up by putting it on the stove. Then I put some whipped cream cheese, smoked salmon, avocado, and topped it with some spring greens.
Smoked salmon is definitely a treat.
When you buy it at a restaurant, it'll be $15 easy for a salmon ox bagel. Out here, not even close. It's so peaceful out here.
All right, we're ready to go. Let's hit the road. All right, let's talk about this truck a little bit. So when we bought it, it had 125,000 miles on it, a little higher mileage than what we truly wanted. But there was really slim pickings for anything under $25,000 that wasn't over 100,000 miles on it.
So how hard did you look?
Every single day, all day. I was willing to drive like 9 hours to go get a truck. Luckily I didn't have to because I ended up finding this one.
Low mileage was a huge factor for us. So many of these trucks are work trucks and they have 300,000 miles on them when you get them. We knew we were going to be driving coast to coast to coast to coast and back and forth. So we wanted to get something with the lowest mileage possible, and it was a challenge.
I haven't looked at the current market for trucks, but yeah, I mean, it was like trucks that had 200,000 miles on them were still really expensive. So we were really just happy with what we got during that time. And the price tag was really, really fair for this 3/4 ton truck.
We're gonna go get ice in our cups, get gas, go to the bathroom.
We do run our fridge on propane, so anytime we roll through the gas station, we turn off the propane. We just turn it on. For any of you out there wondering what our gas mileage is like in this 3/4 ton big boy truck. So typically if we didn't have a camper on, we get about 12.5 to 13 miles per gallon with this Chevy Silverado. In the mountains, which we've been driving around in, we got 10.5 miles to the gallon. We made it to our harvest host for the night. So this is Desert Diamond Distillery. They distill rum here. They have like charcuterie boards. All right, so this is how much we spent on this 2012 Chevy Silverado 2500, and it was $20,995. We also put down our Jeep Patriot as a trade-in, which we actually pretty much got the same amount of money that we bought for it in 2019 when car prices just plummeted. We got that Jeep Patriot at the perfect timing. So with our Jeep Patriot, with the $4,000 down payment, we ended up financing about $14,000. Also during that time when we bought the truck, interest rates were rising every single month. So I made sure I locked in the interest rate before we even found the truck. So we managed to get a pretty low interest rate, and luckily we have pretty good credit scores. So that's about as low as we could possibly manage to go with a 3/4 ton truck. Of course, I was looking around for diesels, which me and Amber, we talked about it, and we didn't really want a diesel. They were few and far between, and they were also just very expensive, and diesel costs were just maintaining really highs, so they were never going down, and we knew that driving far distances, diesel would just kind of be very expensive for us. Plus, diesel maintenance costs are just a lot more. So we didn't want to go that route quite yet. Maybe one day in the future, if we continue to do truck camper life and want to trade it in after a couple years, maybe we will. So there was a few criteria that we were really trying to get, and that was absolutely 4-door, so we could have storage space, our garage space in the back seat, and then also having it be at least a 3/4 ton. We looked everywhere for a 1-ton non-dually, and they were just, we couldn't find them. They were so hard to find. And luckily we found this for $20,000, so it checked all the boxes for us.
We finally found some warmth. We're away from the cold weather. It feels so good to actually be warm right now. We are definitely warm weather kind of girls. This is a distillery, and what I heard that they distill here is agave rum and I think whiskeys. I've never had agave rum. Have you ever tried it before?
Welcome to Desert Diamond Distillery. We're winning medals here in Arizona at the craft distilleries. Come check us out. If you get around on Highway 66, come in and taste some top tier stuff.
This is an agave rum. Something that I've never tried before, actually never even heard of. I didn't know that those two could be combined. And we're just gonna give it a sip.
That's a master sip.
It is so good. Normally I'm not a rum drinker, but this has an extra smoothness to it. It doesn't have a bite at all. I can see why it wins some awards.
They also have Kraft olive oil and some balsamic vinegars, and you know I went and sampled some of them, and we got the Cara Cara orange vanilla balsamic vinegar.
I think it's working. We got this monitor to watch our TV shows on a week or so ago. Giulietta found out that Roku is compatible, so she bought one today for $24. In order for the Roku to work, we need internet, so we need Wi-Fi, and we don't have that when we're out here on the road. What we do have is this nomad internet. So it is an internet, it's Wi-Fi that you can bring everywhere with you. We're gonna tell you way more about nomad internet in a video that's coming up, so stay tuned. A remote control. We've gone this long without a TV at all. We would watch movies on our laptop when we could, or on our phones. But I think we're about to be living. The reason we haven't had an actual TV in all this time is because we haven't prioritized it. We've always been enjoying nature, so we never thought that it was something that we needed. We didn't want to give too much of our time to the TV. It's been 3 years, y'all. We're doing this full time. We deserve to have a functioning TV. I'm feeling like we are making it right now.
Being able to watch TV is such a luxury for us. Like usually you just watch it on our cell phone. It's kind of lame, honestly. So this was a super affordable way for us to have TV without having a huge television. This is a 16-inch personal monitor that I just put on a mount, and it can swivel around to face the dining table, or it can face the bed area, so that's really cool.
Good morning!
Winston!
He doesn't much like to get up. He just likes to lay in the bed.
Slept super good in this industrial park. We got a shipping container right there. We got some big old pipes. Some people working off in the distance on some heavy equipment. Did you sleep good?
So good.
Me too. I slept so good here. I feel like because it's a nice temperature too. Yeah. And we got the train cars out the other window. See the train cars? It's my precious coffee time. It's my coffee time. Winston likes it. Look, coffee time. It's my precious coffee time. Since we knew we wanted a truck and they have usually a pretty high price tag, we knew we had to save. So with anything or any goal that we ever have, when we're making, and honestly even just whenever we're making money, we save over half of our paycheck. We think about how much we can save, and then we try to add on at least $100 or $200 more than that. And that's how we're able to travel. That's really like what we do to live this life. As far as YouTube income is concerned, we don't make a whole lot of money doing that. So with work camping, we do get a steady paycheck. We're able to budget ourselves and know that we need to save X amount. And for about 4 months, we just saved up extremely. So we were extremely cheap. We budgeted our groceries, everything. That's really the only thing that we bought except for the little bills that we have. And that's how we were able to save up the down payment for the truck. Look at Winston, he's just laying over there. He's just laying down in the sunshine.
He's hoping he gets to see one of his chicken friends.
He loves the chickens here.
It's so funny that chicken is Winston's favorite food. So we didn't know how he would react around the chickens. He's so calm and respectful. He doesn't bark, jump, nothing. He just lays there and looks at them. He's like, I love you. So cute.
Getting ready in 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm ready. I brushed my teeth, I washed my face, I got dressed. Let's ride.
We usually have 2 solar power banks. One's a 1500 watt, one's a 2000 watt hour. We've been off grid for 3 days now. That means no power, no water. And we've definitely had to fill up our water and dump our tanks, but our power banks, we have about 20% left on one and we have a full one. So those do last us a very long time without even having to charge it.
We are really thoughtful about how we use our power. We don't just like power things the whole day. Whenever we charge our phones, we put them in airplane mode. So anything we can do to conserve the generator, we're gonna do that. After a long time of driving through the most beautiful, vast mountains, it looks like time just stopped here about 40 years ago. We just arrived at the famous Roy's Motel. It's time to talk about the camper now. The camper is our home. The camper is on the back of the truck, and the camper is perfect for us. It was really hard to find though. We had a lot of criteria that were essential for us. And the first one was the price. I wanted something under $5,000. Slim pickings. There aren't very many options. We also wanted something that wasn't super huge. We wanted something as light as possible. So we're here at Roy's Motel and Cafe.
I guess one man owns Amboy. This is the town that Roy's Motel is at, and this is historic Route 66. No potable water in the whole town, so there's no like townspeople here. It's just, this is it.
We're gonna park here for the night. It is only 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now, and I think it's about 90 degrees outside. I know that we were just talking about how much we love the warmth. There's a fine line, but we're gonna make the most of it. It's not like super duper hot.
Yeah, it's just dry heat, and it's gonna get down into the 70s tonight, so it's really not a big deal. It's a part of the lifestyle.
When it comes to price, I genuinely had no idea how much some of these truck campers cost. They can easily go for 40K. Whoa. When we found a couple within our price range, we knew we were gonna have to get a much older camper. We're talking, you know, 24 years old like we went with, and we were totally okay with that.
Time for a little snacky poo. We have some salami, some water crackers. I love water crackers. I don't know, they're good.
Grillo's pickles. These pickles are so delicious. It's really just the cucumbers and dill, no preservatives or anything, and even the juice. I'll take a little sip.
Suck it down.
Electrolytes. We also have a mozzarella ball. These are so delicious. It's really fluffy. Look who's rolling in across the street.
We got a bunch of bikers. There's so many bikers rolling in.
Wow.
This is definitely a tourist attraction. There's all these buses coming through, people getting out, running into the road, taking their picture with the Route 66 mark, which is on the pavement itself. It's kind of a cool thing going on really in the middle of nowhere.
It's impressive that they can have an attraction out here with actually nothing around it except a building. Just because we're in the middle of nowhere on the side of a highway with no power or electricity, boondocking, we are having delicious food. We've been eating kimchi so often. This is Giulietta's favorite so far. It's the Mama O's. There are a couple of brands that I absolutely love too. Salty and spicy and crunchy and fermented. And whenever you top it on these bowls, it adds a next level. It tastes like it's from a restaurant, 100%.
Good morning! This place definitely has an eerie feel to it. There's a little bit of spookiness, and there's like random cars that would drive past here. And this is old historic Route 66, so it's not like really a main road. And with all the abandoned buildings and stuff, there was like maybe 2 times in the night where Amber was like, I hear something. I would just be totally asleep. I'd shoot up and just like kind of look around.
I did not expect for you to jump out of the bed as soon as I was asleep.
I'm not gonna sit there and be all like wondering if there's something outside, you know?
I just thought I heard footsteps crunching.
It's funny how powerful your mind can be and how it can just kind of play tricks on you. We know that there's just nothing, but you always kind of want to be a little bit prepared living this life.
We're hungry and we're at a rest stop. There's a diner here, but are we going in the diner? No, we're not. Are we cooking our own food? Is Giulietta making hash browns is what I should have asked. Yes.
We got some of that steak that we had from last night, some leftover steak. I'm just cooking it in some steak seasoning, and we have some hash browns, some broccoli. Maybe I'll fry an egg on there, I was about to order pot roast from the Black Bear Diner, but I said no. We have food, there's no reason to waste our money. And this is gonna be super healthy.
That's the only hard part, is making that initial decision. After you make the decision that you're not gonna go and you make your own food, we have been happy about that choice every single time.
One of our attempts at staying really healthy on the road is making sure we take a multivitamin. And the one that we like to take, not sponsored at all, this is just kind of some of the stuff that's a part of our routine, is we take the Garden of Life My Kind Organics. I love these. These are really good. I've been taking these for a couple years now. I'm sipping on something a little bit different. This is a lightly brewed sparkling tea. This is by Minna. I think that's how you say it. Cherry cacao. Let's try it. It's different. It's
weird?
like, it's weird.
I love it.
You like it? It's really light. I mean, there's really not much going on there.
It's so delicious. I can taste the cherry, and then the cacao just gives it this rich undertone. So nice.
So we have a hash brown, cheesy steak, fried egg topper.
We're all about those smorgasbord leftover meals. Whatever we have, even if we only have a little bit left, we save it because we can add it to something the next day.
This is our first In-N-Out in like 2 years, and the last time I had In-N-Out, I became a believer. Whenever anybody would come and visit us in California, we'd always take them to In-N-Out, and I'd always just get the single. But you know what, the last time we went to In-N-Out, I got the double, and it did make me a believer. It's a really, really good fresh burger.
I'm full of joy. We just got In-N-Out. It's been a long time. 2 years. Cheeseburger with grilled onions, fries. Giulietta got a burger, and it all came to $13.
Yes! Cheapest thing in California.
It really is.
That's what made me a believer. That's yours with the grilled onions.
There's yours been done.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's incredible. This is like a smash burger. It's really grilled. It tastes crispy like a smash burger. Best fast food burger I've ever had.
This is my order of fast food burger. In-N-Out's #1, Culver's is #2. That's all there is to me.
There's no #3.
What's your favorite fast food burger?
Amenities. When it came to certain amenities, we were not willing to budge. We absolutely needed a bed, obviously. We needed a kitchen, and by a kitchen, we wanted something with at least a 2-burner stove. We needed a refrigerator, and we didn't want a super duper tiny one, and we needed a bathroom. So those were the criteria that were non-negotiable for us. Something else really important is that it couldn't be disgusting. A lot of these truck campers that we were finding online were gross. We got this truck camper for $3,800. $3,800, less than $4K is what we spent on our '99 Lance truck camper. That's a pretty darn good deal. Most people pay, you know, $1,000 a month rent or more. So this is less than 4 months rent to buy our house to live in for quite a while at least. Also included in our budget, we did know we were gonna have to make some upgrades to it. We figured about $2,000. We haven't even put $2,000 into it yet. How we were able to afford the $3,800 price tag on the truck camper was we had a tiny camper at that time. If you all have been following us from the beginning, we used to live in a super tiny camper. Those things are highly desirable, first of all, because you can basically tow them with anything. They're nice and compact, so they're really easy to pull. We basically just wanted to get the money that we put into that camper. We bought it for $4,000. We put at least $500 into it. So we were able to sell that smaller camper for more than we bought the truck camper, get our money back that we put into the tiny camper, and be able to upgrade to this truck camper. It's time for another one of Amber's beer reviews. Today I'm bringing you straight to the source. We're going to a brewery. We're at Firestone Brewery. We're gonna go inside and meet Chef Brian. I think we're gonna get to be shown around where they make the beer and definitely try some.
Hello, my name is Brian Sevis. I'm the corporate executive chef for Firestone. Welcome to Firestone Walker Tap Room in Buellton, California.
As you know, I'm not much of a sour girl when it comes to beers. I love my IPAs. But Chef Brian just taught me a way that he thinks that is going to get rid of my unliking for sours. I'm gonna taste it 3 times.
Sours, it's like a Sour Patch.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
At first it's sour, but as you chew it, it starts to get a little sweet.
Rambling on my mind. Ooh, shock. Shock. Smoother. Okay. Less bite. Less bite. It is delicious. It would be good with ice cream in it. Is that weird?
Okay.
805 is the very first Firestone beer that I ever heard of. It's the only one that's popular around the country. That and Mind Haze are the two that I was familiar with. And this is a blonde. It's so smooth, it even has a creamy finish to it. I can see why. It's everywhere. I love seeing all the beers in a flight because you can see the variation of color and the progress.
If you recall a couple videos ago, I was just super duper sick. And sometimes when you're super duper sick and you feel like you just can't eat anything, you also kind of crave something in particular. For some reason, that was chicken wings for me. When you have a craving like a chicken wing, you gotta get it. Salty, crispy. The ranch is perfectly creamy. I bet you're gonna crave chicken wings now too. Before we end this video, we're just gonna sip on a cup of coffee and watch the ocean, because this is what truck camper life, van life is really all about, is finding destinations like this, being able to relax and just realize that the trip there is part of the life. Like, you gotta enjoy every bit of the journey. We're gonna be sipping on Matador Black Velvet. I think we had it earlier in the video. Time for a cup of coffee.
It's official, we made it all the way across the country. Y'all, we are in California. We haven't been here in 2.5 years, and it feels really good to be back. There is just something special here. This temperature is ridiculously perfect. The ocean, the sun, the mountains, everywhere you look, it's a completely different landscape, and we are loving it. We're loving it so much that our next work camping gig is gonna be here in sunny California.
We will be announcing where our next work camping job is gonna be, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can stay up to date on where we're gonna be. Because you're more than welcome to go there if you want to. It was a little hot, and we've been off grid for how many days now? Let's see.
2,
3? No, because it was
1, 2, 3. 3 nights. We absolutely, let me wipe those lens. Best fast food burger